On Monday, Apple announced their newest product that might be a game changer when it comes to AR headsets. So let's talk Apple Vision Pro, which, as I said at the beginning of the video, is Apple's newest entry into AR and VR, but mostly AR. And what does AR stand for? If you're not aware, it stands for augmented reality. The difference between that and a VR headset is that it allows you to see the world around you while you are seeing the images that are on the headset. A VR headset usually takes over your whole vision and you can see anything but the screen in front of you. Now, the newest headset from Apple is a combination of both of these things. It's going to use a new operating system, Vision OS. As most of you know, if you've seen my videos before, I'm not a huge fan of Apple as a company, but you do gotta celebrate a company when they come out with a product that really is going to most likely change things. AR headsets have been around for a long time now. The HoloLens for Microsoft was one of the first, and it's being used mostly for businesses. Then we have VR headsets from mostly right now being driven by Facebook, aka Meta. Those are the biggest players right now in those fields. And now we have Apple, which has been rumored to be going into this space for a long time. They have finally done it with this really cool state-of-the-art, as most Apple products are, headset. And so this headset is going to be made out of aluminum. It's going to have two micro OLED screens on each eye at 4K. It is going to have 12 cameras around the headset, and that is going to allow you to use the headset with your hands without having an actual controller. Some of those cameras are going to be dedicated to just looking at your hands in order to respond to your hand movements and be able to navigate the headset. You're going to have a crown, like the same crown that you see on an Apple Watch, to adjust the size of your view. It's also going to have voice input, so you're going to be able to use Siri to control the headset, and I will say that will probably be its weakest link, because as we know, Siri isn't the greatest. So what I think that is revolutionary, and the Apple should actually get praise for the device that they unveiled. Well, first of all, the fact that you don't need to have a control in your hands to use the device, and that is going to read your hand movements. Of course, that has its caveats, because we've seen other devices that use cameras to read your hand gestures, and they sometimes don't work the best. If your hands are obstructed by something, if you're not doing the right gesture, the camera cannot detect what you're doing, and then the device doesn't really respond or work like it's supposed to. So we'll have to see how that works. The other thing is how you're going to be able to use this. As I said earlier, it's an AR VR headset. AR because you do things on the headset while you can see your environment. So you don't necessarily have to be completely away from the rest of the world while you're using this. Another thing that they have focused a lot on, not only on entertainment, but in productivity. You'll be able to use Windows apps to do some work. Another cool thing that they're going to do is use internal cameras to map your face. One thing that they are saying is that you'll be able to go into a FaceTime call. I'm assuming it's going to work with Zoom and Teams as well. And what your headset is going to do is going to map your face, and it's going to create a realistic looking avatar of your face, as realistic as it can look. Of course, the cameras are going to be looking at your face while you're in a conference call, in a video call, and your avatar is going to imitate your gestures in real time. So you won't have a silly avatar like the ones that you have on a Meta Quest and a metaverse. You're going to have a realistic looking avatar when people are talking to you. Another thing that it's going to do is it's going to map your eyes, and it's going to project your eyes on the screen, so people, when they're looking at you, it looks like you're looking at them. So that is supposed to make it easier to interact with people, and of course you're going to be able to see the people that you're speaking to. The device is going to be launching with support from Disney. This is important because Disney is actually going to create customized experiences for the headset. And it's also interesting because Disney recently closed out their metaverse space that they had. Now it makes sense. They're going to be working with Apple. There is a lot of innovation of things that we haven't seen before. Another big hurdle for this device is the price. Being an Apple device, you know that it's going to be expensive. And of course, it is expensive. The device is going to be selling at $3,500. That is obviously going to make the adoption a lot smaller. This device is going to live or die depending on the support by companies making apps for this device. And this device is going to, of course, open a brand new revenue stream for Apple, because you're going to have specific apps created for this device, unlike iPad and iPhone. And so this is going to be creating a whole new ecosystem for Apple that they didn't have before. This also is going to make it so people who are not necessarily Apple fans like me will probably get an AR headset where you don't need to be attached to an iPhone or an iPad to use. This is a great move also business-wise for them. Let's talk about the things I feel are negative about this device. One thing that Apple, based on their commercials and all the marketing stuff that they're showing, is that they expect people to pretty much wear this at all times, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't want to have to interact with people with a headset strapped to their face at all times. And it's just creepy and unnecessary. And the reason that they're marketing this device like that is because technically you can put on the headset. It's glass on the front. It makes it seem like you're wearing a pair of ski goggles when people are looking at you from the outside. I mean, part of the marketing is a parent dealing with their child while wearing the freaking headset. Do we really want that? By creating that avatar of your face that they are going to be creating so you can have all these video calls. Where is this information going to live? Is it staying on the headset or is it going to the cloud? If it's going to the cloud, what access does Apple have to that? What access do you have to that? Will you be able to delete that avatar if you decide to leave the ecosystem or, sell your headset at some point? How does those things work? What keeps it from being used for other nefarious things? A lot of gray area there that I hope that Apple will address at some point. And of course, the price. $3,500 is a crazy price. That's more expensive than a 65-inch OLED TV, just to give you an idea. Of course, I think that the device is still a really cool, revolutionary device. Kind of like the iPhone was when it first came out. It's going to most likely change the industry, assuming that AR and VR continue to be a thing, which seem that they're going to be for the foreseeable future. This device makes the HoloLens from Microsoft and all those other AR headsets and Facebook's MetaQuest look like old DOS computers. And so it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft does next with the HoloLens, if they do anything about it, because it seems that Microsoft has kind of given up on the HoloLens as a consumer device. But Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg are very hell-bent into making Metaverse a success. If you've seen what Facebook has put out recently on that space, it looks like a kid's toy compared to what Apple is showing. And Facebook has thrown so much money into it, billions of dollars, with billions of dollars lost, that it'll be interesting to see how they're planning on competing with a device like that, because the device from Apple just looks 1,000 million years ahead in anything that we've seen from Facebook. It'll be really good to see how this AR VR war that is coming in the next year develops and how it changes going forward. So what do you think about the Apple Vision Pro? Do you think this is going to be a success for Apple? Do you think that this is something that is going to make other companies take notice and change their approach? Is this something that you will get? Let me know in the comment section. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Really help the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.